Okay, I thought I was recording earlier and I was not. And so I've started this a little bit, but hopefully you can pretend like there's nothing on my paper. So we are going to do a project called ice cream tint. And so you're going to need this printed out piece of paper from your teacher. You're going to need some Q-tips. You're going to need a paper plate because we're going to paint. You're going to need 3 colors, and you don't need them all at once. So if you don't have them right now, that is fine. You don't need to go steal them from your neighbor. Just this is what you'll eventually need. You're going to need a brown for your cone, and then you're going to need a basic color like red, green, blue, purple, yellow. Did I cover them all? Hopefully. Okay, orange if you wanted to, any of those colors. Okay, and you're going to need a white. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn about making tints, and at the same time get some cutting practice and some painting practice. But a tint is when you start with a basic color, so in my case red, and you add white to it. And so when you add or red and white, you get pink, but you can get different tints of pink based on how much white you put in. So if I put in just a little bit of white, I get a really dark pink. If I put in more white, I get kind of just a medium pink. If I put in a lot of white, I get a really soft pastel pink. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is I went ahead and I put a little bit of red on my plate. Notice it's not a lot. Okay, you do not need to go crazy. And I'm using my Q-tip as a paintbrush. Okay, and we're going to paint this first scoop red. And it's okay if you get out of the lines a little bit. Don't go crazy and don't get into another one. Okay, but if you get out of the lines a little bit, it's no big deal because we're going to cut these out and we're going to do a really nice job of cutting them out. And notice I kind of like to paint mine in swirls so it looks more like a real ice cream scoop does when you paint it. I mean, when you scoop it, when you get it out from an ice cream shop and they do that nice, pretty scoop. Okay, so see how I'm kind of going in these directions, but do not let any white show through. Okay. So get that completely painted. So that is my first one. So this is my basic color. Then I'm going to work on a tint. So I'm going to put some white on my plate. My paints are kind of old. You have good ones, so you should be fine. Oh, gross. That's really old. Hopefully this will be okay. Let's shake it up real good. There we go. Okay, now notice I didn't put it right in the red. I put it next to it. And I'm just going to take some of it, not too much, and just stir it in till I can tell I've made a lighter color. And I don't want to make a really lighter color because I still have to get 2 more tints in. Okay, so I'm probably going to stir in about half of what I put in there. And I'm definitely getting a shade of pink here. I hope you can tell that. I think when we paint it, you'll be able to tell it. Okay, and you can use the same Q-tip to paint this or a different one. It is totally up to you. Okay, but I have my pink now, and now I'm going to paint my next cone. And hopefully you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell, yep, that it is pink, and the one above it is definitely red. Okay, so you're looking for a dark pink for this one. Okay, and again, I'm going to kind of make it swirly like I did for my first one. And again, it does not have to be perfect, but don't let any white show through. Hopefully you're just painting along with me if you want to, and then you can just pause if you get a little behind. That is no problem. Okay, so there's my second one. So now I'm going to mix all this white in that I have here. So notice I've never added any more red. So now I'm going to mix all this white in. I'm definitely getting a lighter shade of pink now. But I don't want, see how I've got white swirlies? I need to get that all mixed in before I paint, or I'll have white streaks in my painting. So just keep stirring till it's all one nice shade of pink with no lines of red or pink in it, okay? And there are lines that you can see, but it's the plate. It's not paint anymore, okay? All right, so now I have my pink. So now I'm going to do my third one. My nice, this is what I think of when I think of pink. Bubblegum pink maybe is a color. And again, remember, you don't have to do red. You could do this in purple or blue or yellow or orange or green or whatever. Just don't use brown because the cone's brown and that won't work. Okay, and I wouldn't recommend black either because who wants a black ice cream cone? But hey, if you really want to do black, you can do black. Okay, so there's that one. All right, and so now I've got to add some more white. And I don't need very much pink, so I'm going to add my white over to the side like this. I mean, I don't want very much of the pink in this. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the pink and work it in. I'm not going to work it all into that whole amount because what I really want is just a barely pink color, more white than anything else. And I just want it to be ever so slightly pink, really pale. And I'm getting that. I don't know if you can tell if it still looks white, but I'm getting a nice pale pink color right there. Okay. So I have a nice pale pink. And now I'm going to paint. Oops, didn't get it stirred in all the way. See how, I think that's because my Q-tip was messy. So I'm going to switch Q-tips. I even dribbled. Nice job, art teacher. Good thing I didn't need that part. I have a chunk in my paint too because my paint's old, but you won't. Yours paint's nice. I know because I put it in the office for you and it's the good stuff. Okay, and again, I'm putting swirls in there. Okay, so there's my 3 or 4 basic color and 3 tints is how you would say it. So I have my red, my dark pink, my medium pink, and my light pink. Okay, and then I'm going to paint my cone brown. So just a little dab will do you guys with this. I did not put very much. Hopefully you could see that right there. I got my cone here. The brown's a little dark, so I'm just going to mix a little of my lighter color in it. But I think your brown is not quite so dark, so you'll be good. And if it is a little dark, just mix a little bit of your white that you still have on your plate there. Mix it into it. Okay. And then just paint that cone. Okay. So that's all painted. So this is kind of the end of step 1. So this needs to dry really well. be completely dry. So hopefully maybe this just took you one class period and then you can let it dry till the next period. Make sure you write your name on the edge of your paper, not on the ice cream, so you know which one's yours, and let that dry till the next time, and then I will show you how we finish off this project.